Velt, good news. A Y Combinator-backed startup called Velt aims to make more apps collaborative, allowing users to work together on internet-connected applications. Halide, good news. Lux, the startup behind the popular pro photography app Halide, is venturing into video with a new app called Kino set to launch in 2 months. Spotify, bad news. Spotify is laying off employees to improve its economics and make the company more appealing to investors.
Threads, good news. Threads, the app owned by Meta, formerly known as Facebook, is experiencing growth in downloads, surpassing X, formerly Twitter, in terms of install base.
Bumble, good news. Bumble for Friends, a friend-finding app owned by Bumble, announced new features including AI-powered icebreaker suggestions to help users start conversations.
Strava, good news. Fitness tracking platform Strava is introducing in-app messaging, bringing it closer to becoming a true social network by allowing users to send private messages. TikTok, good news. TikTok is expanding its partnership with Ticketmaster into 20 new countries, enabling users to discover events and purchase tickets within the app.
Filmic, bad news. Bending Spoons, the creative app studio, has laid off the entire staff of Filmic, which developed popular video and photo editing apps like Filmic Pro.
Blue Sky, good news. Blue Sky, a startup aiming to build a decentralized social network to compete with Twitter, has started deploying automated moderation tools to help moderate content on the network.
AltX, good news. AltX, an advertising company, plans to target small and medium-sized businesses, SMBs, for ad dollars in response to Elon Musk's controversial comments causing some advertisers to leave.
Roche has received negative news as the FDA has put a clinical hold on their drug fenebrutinib, a BTK inhibitor being developed for the treatment of relapsing multiple sclerosis, MS. The hold was implemented after 2 patients in the clinical trial showed signs of liver injury, specifically elevated hepatic transaminase and bilirubin levels. This means that further development and testing of fenebrutinib have been temporarily halted. Alto Neuroscience has good news. Their drug, Alto 300, has shown promising results in a Phase 2a study for treating major depressive disorder, MDD. The study found that Alto 300 was significantly more effective in MDD patients who had a specific electroencephalogram EEG biomarker compared to those without the biomarker. This suggests that the drug may have targeted effects on patients with this specific characteristic. SpringWorks Therapeutics has just announced the pricing of an upsized public offering of their common stock. The offering includes 9,482,158 shares of their stock at a price of $29 per share. SpringWorks Therapeutics is a biopharmaceutical company that focuses on developing treatments for severe rare diseases and cancer. Osavax has received a grant of over USD 1.5 million from the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID, to advance the development of their broad-spectrum influenza vaccine candidate, OVX-836. Osavax is a biopharmaceutical company that focuses on developing vaccines to provide protection against infectious viruses that constantly mutate. The grant from the NIAID will support the further development of OVX-36, which aims to offer broad protection against multiple strains of the influenza virus. Hoth Therapeutics has a good news. Their drug, HT-KIT, has successfully completed manufacturing for IND-enabling studies. The drug substance was produced according to good laboratory practice, GLP standards. HT-KIT is a cancer-fighting medication. Amador Bioscience has good news. They have added Dr. Lauren Roscos to their board of directors in Q2 2023. Amador Bioscience is a next-generation CRO, contract research organization, that specializes in translational science and early clinical development. Translational science refers to the process of translating laboratory findings and research into practical applications for patients. Early clinical development involves conducting trials and studies to test the safety and effectiveness of new drugs or therapies in humans. Dr. Lauren Roscos' addition to the board of directors is expected to contribute to the success and growth of Amador Bioscience in the field of clinical research. Kintara Therapeutics has received an extension from NASDAQ to regain compliance with the stockholders' equity continued listing requirement. Ascletis Pharma Inc. has good news. Their drug ASC40, also known as denifanstat, is entering phase 3 clinical trial for the treatment of moderate to severe acne vulgaris. ASC40 is a fatty acid synthase inhibitor, which means it targets the enzyme responsible for fatty acid synthesis in the body. This drug could potentially provide a new treatment option for acne sufferers. Petros Pharmaceuticals has good news. They have partnered with Idea Evolver, a technology platform for RX to OTC switches and digital pharmaceutical launch solutions. This partnership will help Petros Pharmaceuticals with the switch of their drug, Crestor rosuvastatin, from prescription to over-the-counter. Genentech has announced positive results from the Phase 3 INAVO 120 study for their drug inavolisib. Inavolisib is an investigational therapy that was tested in combination with palbociclib and fulvestrant as a potential first-line treatment for people with advanced hormone receptor-positive, HER2-negative breast cancer. Specifically, the study focused on individuals with a PIK3CA mutation and who were resistant to endocrine therapy. The results of the study were encouraging, suggesting that this combination therapy could be an effective treatment option for this specific patient population. AI UK age assurance guidance for porn sites gives thumbs up to AI age checks, digital ID wallets, and more. This is good news as it shows that AI is being used to prevent children from accessing adult content online. It is a positive step towards protecting minors from inappropriate material. Animate Anyone heralds the approach of full-motion deepfakes. This is bad news as it suggests that deepfake technology is advancing, allowing for the creation of realistic videos of anyone based on their online photos. This raises concerns about privacy and the potential for misuse. MasterCard launches Shopping Muse, an AI-powered shopping assistant. This is good news as it introduces an AI shopping tool that provides personalized product recommendations. It can enhance the shopping experience for users by offering tailored suggestions. AI invades Word of the Year lists at Oxford, Cambridge, and Merriam-Webster. This is a neutral news update as it simply states that artificial intelligence, AI, has been a dominant topic in technology in 2023. It highlights the growing significance of AI in various industries. Assembly AI lands $50 million to build and serve AI speech models. This is good news as it indicates that Assembly AI has secured significant funding to develop and provide AI speech models. It demonstrates confidence and investment in the potential of AI in speech recognition. Bitcoin is on the move, Spotify cuts staff, and more money floods AI. This is a neutral news update that mentions various events happening in the tech industry, including the movement of Bitcoin, staff cuts at Spotify, and increased investment in AI. It provides a general overview without specific implications for any company. I'm watching AI upscaled Star Trek, and it isn't terrible. This is a positive review of using AI technology to enhance the quality of the popular series Deep Space Nine. It suggests that AI upscaling can improve viewing experiences. Robotics Q&A with Metra. This is a neutral update announcing a series of Q&A sessions with robotics experts. It does not provide specific information about a company or any positive or negative implications. OpenAI's GPT store delayed to 2024 following leadership chaos. This is bad news as it reveals a delay in the launch of OpenAI's App Store for AI, called the GPT Store. The delay is attributed to leadership issues within the company, indicating internal challenges and potential setbacks. Good old-fashioned AI remains viable in spite of the rise of LLMs. This is good news as it suggests that traditional AI methods continue to be relevant and effective, even with the rise of large language models, LLMs. It recognizes the continued value of existing AI approaches. One startup's Egypt's Mtor secures $2.8 pre-seed funding for its online auto parts marketplace. Good news. The funding will support the growth and development of Mtor's online auto parts marketplace, enabling the company to expand its operations. 2. Velt aims to make more apps collaborative. Good news. Velt plans to enhance collaboration in various applications, potentially improving productivity and efficiency for users. 3. The makers of Halide launch video app Kino. Good news. Lux, the startup behind Halide, is venturing into the video market with a new app called Kino, which may attract users looking for professional video editing tools. 4. Tech industry experiences a significant number of layoffs in 2023. Bad news. The tech industry has seen a substantial increase in job losses compared to the previous year, indicating challenging market conditions and potential economic uncertainty. 5. Assembly AI secures $50 million funding for AI speech models. Good news. The funding will help Assembly AI develop and deliver AI-powered speech models, which can be beneficial for various industries such as transcription services and voice assistants. 6. Insights on negotiating cross-border investments. Neutral. The article provides insights on the advantages and benefits of foreign venture capital investments for Latin American startups without specifying any positive or negative impacts. 7. Up Catalyst raises €4 million seed round for battery graphite production. Good news. Up Catalyst's funding will enable the company to develop and manufacture battery graphite made from carbon dioxide, potentially contributing to sustainable energy solutions. 8. Armor Code receives $40 million funding to consolidate security data. Good news. Armor Code's cybersecurity platform, which consolidates vulnerability data for analysis, has secured significant funding to further enhance its services and strengthen data security. 9. Doubtnut sells for $10 million after rejecting a larger deal. Mixed news. While Doubtnut's sale at $10 million represents a significant sum, it is a substantial decrease from the $150 million offer the company previously rejected, indicating a less favorable outcome. 10. MoveInSync seeks fresh funding of $5,016. Neutral. MoveInSync, an Indian company, is seeking funding, but the article does not mention any specific positive or negative impacts.
VentureSoft Bancorp takes 51% of Cubic Telecom for $513 million to drive into the connected car world. Good news. VentureSoft Bancorp acquiring a majority stake in Cubic Telecom indicates positive growth and investment in the connected car industry. A comprehensive list of 2023 tech layoffs. Bad news. The increasing number of job losses in the tech industry is a negative development and highlights the challenges faced by the sector.
Negotiating cross-border investments. Insights from a seasoned investor. Neutral news. The article provides insights into the benefits of foreign VC investments for LATAM startups, but it doesn't mention any specific companies' news.
Bitcoin is on the move. Spotify cuts staff and more money floods AI. Neutral news. The article gives a brief overview of various tech-related events, but doesn't focus on any specific company's news. Doubtnut, once offered a $150 million deal by Byju's, sells for $10 million. Bad news. The significant drop in valuation for Doubtnut and the acquisition by Allen Career Institute indicate a negative outcome for the company.
Gravel gets funding from NEA to support Indonesia's booming construction industry. Good news. The funding received by Gravel indicates positive growth and support for the construction industry in Indonesia.
VC office hours. Unlocking the farmers market with Black Farmer Fund. Neutral news. The article provides information about a specific fund, but doesn't mention any news related to a particular company.
Fintechs go shopping. Neutral news. The article discusses general fintech news and doesn't focus on any specific company's news.
The most important metrics for SaaS funding in 2024. Neutral news. The article provides insights into SaaS metrics, but doesn't mention any specific company's news.
Shane Alight. Neutral news. The article doesn't provide any specific news about a company.
Ukrainian Sniper has a good news. Their latest hit broke the world record for longest shot. White House has a bad news. They are running out of money for Ukraine in the war with Russia. John Crowley has a good news. He will become a top lobbyist for the biotech industry. CVS has a good news. They plan to overhaul how much drugs cost, potentially disrupting the payment model for American pharmacies. Spotify has a bad news. They are laying off about 1,500 more employees. San Francisco has a good news. Real estate developers are launching residential projects in the city to create more housing. Israel has a bad news. They are closing in on Hamas's last major Gaza bastion, potentially escalating the conflict. Israel has another bad news. They are considering a plan to flood Gaza tunnels with seawater. Green investors have a good news. It's time to make money after being crushed. Supreme Court has a big news. They are hearing the biggest tax case in decades, which could impact Congress's power to tax income. Moody's has a bad news. It cuts China's credit outlook to negative due to growing debt risks. China has a potential crisis. It has a colossal hidden debt problem that is coming to a head. The job market has a bad news. There are signs of weakening as shown by openings and quits data. Stock indexes have a bad news. The Dow and S&P 500 opened lower, with stocks under pressure after Monday's sell-offs. The signs of a weakening job market are evident in 5 charts. Job openings and quits data can give clues to the direction of hiring and the economy. China is facing a colossal hidden debt problem that is coming to a head. Cities and provinces across the country have accumulated a massive amount of hidden debt following years of unchecked borrowing and spending. Moody's has cut China's credit outlook due to mounting debt risks. The country needs to provide more financial support to stressed local governments that have amassed trillions in hidden debt. The concern about pandemics is becoming outdated, but access to healthcare remains crucial for economic growth in emerging and developing nations. The lessons from the COVID-19 crisis should not be forgotten. Outsized profits have helped drive inflation, but now consumers are pushing back. Companies are realizing that buyers are more price sensitive, which is good news for central bankers. Heard on the Street has some good news. Smucker says sales volumes are rising despite higher prices.